Walls of a Four Seasons loft. In Austin, I stall, pause. My eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Though dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, focus reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, running from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive. Are you my paradise? In paradise.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. We've had some issues today. Went off and left my power cord to my mixer. So guess what? We were not going to have anything going on today because of that. But we are at Ned's Starlight Lounge, of course, every other Wednesday. Remember, one Wednesday we were at Rococo's. The next Wednesday we are at Ned's. And Ned's is one of my favorite places. If you've never been here, Ned's Starlight Lounge. Man, it sounds, in fact, today is Wings Wednesday. Now, what I call it is Wings and Rings Wednesday. So, because I like the onion rings, they put the dry rub, of course, on them. They are open Tuesday through Sunday, Tuesday through Friday from Tuesday and Wednesday, 11 to 12. And then on Thursdays, they're open from 11 to 2. Saturdays, 10:30 to 2 a.m. because of their brunch. And then, of course, Sunday from 10:30 to 3 for the brunch. And if you've never had their brunch, you are missing out. And, of course, there's 7301 North May Avenue in Oklahoma City, which is just north of 63rd, just south of Wilshire or Grand. I highly recommend you coming here. It is fantastic. It is one of my favorite places. And then, of course, Thursdays, which is tomorrow, they're having fried chicken, liver, and gizzards. Now, I'm not a gizzard guy. A lot of people are gizzard guys, gizzard people. I'm not a gizzard person. Never have been a gizzard person, but some people like gizzards. That's not my thing. I don't do liver. I don't do gizzards, but a lot of people do liver and gizzards, and that's your thing. Hey, that's your thing. That's definitely not my. It's definitely not my thing. Eating liver and gizzards. So, we're going to fix this camera. We're going to get it closer or something. I'm gonna have to work on that. Maybe I need to switch it to the other side and get it closer or something. But so far away, and but anyway, you can see the people in the background, and I made sure that all of them were cool with us being here or with them being on camera. So that being said, let's just jump right into our NFL news, because when I've got my guy Tommy Tubbs coming on today, and I think Drew is also coming on, maybe. I don't know. He says he is, but we shall see if he comes on. The only thing bad about eating food is the flies are relentless. And I'm going to go ahead and put this over my onion rings, because these flies are freaking relentless trying to get to my food. You need to stay the hell away from my food, flies. I mean, I know there's a good purpose for them, but right now, the purpose for them is getting on my damn nerves. That is the purpose for them. I'm moving around and I'm all over the place. But anyway, that being said, we're going to talk about a little bit about NBA news. In fact, let's just go ahead and get into the NFL. That way, when he gets here, we can sit there, and when Tommy comes on, we can talk about some NBA news and stuff like that. In NFL news, the NFL teams, as of yesterday, cut all their rosters down to 53, so they are set, because, football season starts. Well, Oklahoma State starts tomorrow. University of Oklahoma is on Saturday. I will talk a little bit more about that tomorrow or whatever. But anyway, the NFL starts a week from I think a week from tomorrow. That's when the NFL starts. So everybody's excited about it. I know I'm excited about football because football means that basketball is right around the corner. That's why I like the start of football season because the real season is coming. And so that's why I like it. And that's why I'm all pumped up about the start of football season. But depending on what your favorite team is, I don't know. We've been doing this year. We've gone through the top quarterbacks. We've gone through all the positions. We did the top quarterbacks tiers. We did the top. We've done everything actually. We did top quarterbacks. We did the top running backs. We did top offensive line. We did the top tight ends. We did the top wide receivers. We turned around and did defensive line, linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties. We did not do kickers or punters. I'm sorry, guys, if you were a kicker or punter and we ignored you. I'm sorry. We just ignored you. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know how many people are really interested in the top kickers, and especially with the news of matters Azarua, whatever Zuna, the punter for the Bills, who is being lawsuit against him for gang rape of a 17-year-old when he was in college. And my question with the NFL and the teams again is, you're the Buffalo Bills, and you just went through this with Deshaun Watson. Now, this is 10 times worse to me than you getting a massage. When you rape a 17-year-old, gang rape you and a couple of your buddies in college are gang raping a 17-year-old. First of all, what are you doing? And gang raping her. That means that she was wasted and y'all took advantage of her because that is what you were doing at the time. My deal with the Bills is if you did your due diligence, which means you drafted the guy, there's no way you did not know that this was there. Now, you say that the attorney called and let y'all know or whatever back in August or July or whatever, and you still went on and you still played with the guy and you still cut your other punter for him, knowing that this was out there. So what that tells me that the NFL has not learned anything about their treatment of women. Zero. They have learned zero. That, like I said before, the Deshaun Watson thing was the NFL teams mad at the Browns. Now the Ravens are paying the price because, they offered, what was it, Lamar Jackson 250 or whatever, but they're not guaranteeing it all. He wants 230 guaranteed. That's not going to happen. They're offered you more than what Kyler Murray got. Nobody's going to offer you. They're not going to give you a guaranteed contract. That's not happening. And for your mom to sit there and think as your agent, he got it, the Browns are not setting the mark. People aren't going to do that. And Lamar, you're prone to get hurt. You're prone to get hurt. And that's what happens when you have family members doing your negotiations instead of a licensed agent or whatever can give it and break it down to you. Bro, you're a running quarterback. The chances of you getting hurt are far exceeding a quarterback who is not a running quarterback. Now, I get it. Deshaun got 230, that's never going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. But the Bills have not learned their lesson. No NFL team is. If you are good, and the Bills are under pressure because the last 2 years, 2 years ago, they got to the championship game. Last year, they got beat in the semis. So they're projected to win. And last year, they were projected to win, and they didn't. Now they're projected to win it all again. So the pressure for them to excel in every position magnifies itself. And when you become under pressure, you've got to win at all costs. What do? You overlook things like this. Now, if the NFL was serious about the treatment of women, this guy would have never been on the roster. So I'm over the NFL. That's why I've said when you're talking about Deshaun Watson, shut up about how you're concerned about women because you're not. Stop it. You're not. Because if you were, this guy would have never been on the Buffalo Bills roster. So stop that with that nonsense. So I'm done with that. And then the Bills reluctantly, finally, lamented because of the pressure. Now, if your attorney who is a woman comes to you and says, this is what's happening, there's no way in hell you don't know that somebody's going to find out about it. It will be reported. And this is what the backlash is. So why would you even take a chance on that? Because of the pressure for you to win. I'm over it. I really, really am over it. I just don't get it. I don't understand why these teams uh, why these teams do that. It just blows me away why they still go through the process of doing this. It just makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense to me. It makes zero sense to me. I don't know why they do it. But the teams continue to do it, but they say that, oh, I'm concerned about the rights of women. Oh, I'm concerned. No, you're not. You are concerned about one thing, that is winning football games. Cleveland Browns showed you that. Buffalo Bills showed you that. It goes over and on and on and on. It's just a bunch of BS. They do not care about women. They don't. They just don't. Sorry. It's just a deal. They care about the shield and they care about winning games. The Buffalo Bills are under pressure about getting it done. Man, I had those wings and rings. All I've got are bones over there. I would show them to you, but I don't want to do that. So anyway, we're starting off. We're still talking about the NFC South. And of course, the NFC South consists of the Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is what it consists of. We did the Saints schedule and we did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule yesterday. Drew Hinthorn of I and HuskerDrewPicks.com. We did that yesterday. So today we're going to go ahead, and I'm not going to do the Falcons because, like Drew said, they're going to be 3-14. They're trying to lose. I'm not going to. I'm sorry if you're a Falcon fan, but I'm not going to dignify us taking time to go over a schedule when you clearly are not trying to win any games. And if you're not going to try to win any games, why should I give you time on my live stream to talk to you about that? I'm not going to do it. Okay? I'm just not going to do it. So instead, what I'm going to do is the Carolina Panthers schedule and Baker Mayfield. So, and then when Drew comes on or Tommy comes on, they can talk about it. But to start off, okay, Browns. I think Baker will get the job done, especially since it's going to be at home. So I think they will get a win there. Giants away, they should get a win there. Saints at home. I think that's a half and half deal with me because, excuse me, by the way, that's a half and half deal to me because I'm not sure how well Jameis Winston will play, but I'm going to go ahead and give Baker the nod. Actually, I'm going to give the Saints the nod because their defense is just absolutely strong. So I'm going to go ahead and I think that's going to give them some issues. So I think that I'm going to go 2-1 on that. Cardinals at home. I'm going to go ahead and give him or Kyler Murray the edge. So they're 2-2 there. The Niners at home. They should be able to win that. They're 3-2. Rams 3-3. Buccaneers. It will be 3-4. Falcons 4-4. Bengals 4-5. They'll be 5-5. 5-6. 5-7. 6-7, 6-8, 7-8, and I believe they'll beat. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a win early. 8-9, or 7-9, and then 8-9. So I've got them 8-9. So I've got them beating the Browns, beating the Giants, beating the Cardinals, beating the Falcons twice, beating the Seahawks would be their sixth win. Sixth win. The Lions will be their seventh win, and then I got them winning one of those games at home. I think they'll beat the Buccaneers at home. That's kind of what I was thinking. That was my girl Hannah Tubbs. I need her to send. Her dad is busy, so she's going to come on instead. And to do that. But anyway, so that's who I've got the Browns. I've got them going 8-9. I don't see how in the world they can get anything more than that done. If they can, great. But we shall see how that works. I just don't truly see it. Uh, I'm trying to get this guy. Sorry, excuse me a minute. See, that's what happens when you deal with these OU people. They just come on, they talk trash. Now he's got his daughter talking trash. That's what happens. Hannah, I hope that you can get on the air with your dad's email. That way, we can talk about it because then way I'm excited about talking to her about Adam and her getting engaged. And so anyway, her fiance is amazing, and I really really like him. But anyway, I venture. But anyway, these Carolina Panthers. I'm so with them. I still think they'll be 8-9. Uh, we shall see how it works out. But those are the games that. Uh, oh my God. Sorry, people. I'm trying to send her a Zoom link so that she can come on. So that's kind of what's going on right now uh, here. But I know how a lot of y'all feel the same way I do. It's so hard, you know. It's really so hard because right now it's when I look at what Baker has had to go through, I do feel sorry for him. Um, I do feel sorry for him in some ways, but like I said, I think last year had he went ahead and had surgery, then I think he would still be a Cleveland Brown. But Baker bets on himself. He was trying to get that big, huge extension, and now he's having to go the long way around so that he can get it done. So anyway, I'm excited for him to watch him play. I'm excited for the Browns for that first game against the Browns, and hopefully he can get it done. Now, whether he can or not, I have no idea. We shall see if he can. Um, we shall see if he can get it done. We shall see. So, um, anyway, let's go to a break right now. I want to thank my main sponsors, Yukon National Bank, family owned and operated since 1912. The bank that makes things, the bank that makes things happen. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. Of course, they are an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. And then also we want to thank them because they have been a huge sponsor of us, being able for us to go out into the minority, women, and black-owned businesses throughout Oklahoma City to help promote them. So we appreciate YNB, the bank that makes things happen, as well as Collaborative Logic. If you have any IT solutions, those are your people to go through. Of course, at SRB, my guy Mark Long for any engineering, surveying, or planning. Oak Grove Trucking, and my guy Jose Fierro, that Broncos fan that he is. That would be my dude. So, anyway, and then of course Greg and Max Nafee of my guys are Greg and Max Nafee. I'm sorry, everybody. This has been one of those days. I mean, it's so funny is that, you know, it's just been one of those days. Monday, I was at the Wayman Tisdale thing, which I had a great time. And then guess what happened after that? I was doing great. And that fresh cut grass, which is a monster. It is an absolute monster. And when you get that fresh cut grass in there, boy, oh boy, oh boy. If for those of you all who have, and for those of you who who have the same thing that I have, allergies, you'll understand exactly what I am talking about. It is absolutely brutal on you. I'm sending an email right now. That's what I'm doing, people. If you guys are looking at what I'm doing, but anyway, it's absolutely brutal on you to try to do that because it just absolutely beats you up. I know that I am like the pressure on my nose, the sinuses. So when I literally slept all the way home yesterday, on Monday, slept all the way home, and then on hold on, people, just sent you a link. So I get home, pass out immediately, then forget my key, like I told you. And fortunately, thank you, William Tisdale, for going by the Cherokee Casino and picking up my key for me. I was excited about that. I appreciate it. I got that today, and Big Ace is happy so that he can be on. He'll be excited about that. He can go. We're gonna as soon as I leave here this evening, I'm gonna go pick him up at the house, and we are going to go get doggy treats because he was gone for 2 days while I was gone. So we're gonna go spoil him a little bit, take him to the park, and let him have some fun. So that's what we're gonna do. So, god dang, man, these flies are just driving me crazy. Now in NBA news, or you know what? Let's go with Thunder news first. And Thunder news, this is what I found interesting. I saw this online, the top 10 games to watch, and it was here's the top six. They did the top five one day. They're going to do the other top five. They're doing the other top five. Is that Sprite? Okay. They did the other top five tomorrow. But so anyway, the top five today, which I thought were interesting. I don't know how you guys feel, but when I looked at this, I'm like, okay, I need to go back over and look at the schedule and see exactly what the top games are because the home opener bear the T-Wolves for sure. I don't know if I mean, going to New Year's Eve, yeah, I guess if that's what they're saying, it's a top game to watch, but they're going to play we can play the 76ers. I mean, how competitive are we going to be? I'm sorry, I don't, but it is December 31st. And this is what is our 15th straight year to host it. So I guess, yeah, that's something you want to do. Of course, Madison Square Garden, MSG, November 13th. Okay. I can deal with that. Watch anytime you can go watch the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks and the Thunder will just be a good game because neither one of us are going to be that good. So I guess if that's the way you want to call it, you can do it that way. But I'm just going, okay, I don't really know how that's going to work. Then, of course, the Grizzlies, which I always like. I think we always play good. Now, they killed us by the worst loss in the history of the game. I get that. But hold on. That one to me, I had to think about that to make sure I want to say what I wanted to say. That game to me, I'm looking at it like, okay, Grizzlies, okay, I can live with that. Pelicans, fine, I can deal with the Pelicans, but I think they're going to kill us. I don't know if I really want to watch that. To me, I'd rather watch Laker games than the Pelicans. I'm sorry. But then when you watch this list and you're looking at it, you're like, okay, I guess you can do it that way, but this is kind of like the SI thing, and I'm going to do my own top 10s of games to watch. I'm going to go through my own, and I'll probably do that tomorrow since tomorrow is Thunder Thursday. I may just do my own because I'm looking at this home opener, yes. New Year's Eve, yes. Why do I want to watch Madison Square Garden, watch them play the Knicks? Knicks are terrible. Then, of course, the Grizzlies, okay. I can live with the Grizzlies, but Pelicans, I have no desire to watch the Pelicans. So, I have questions about their list, but of course, this is somebody else's list and not my list. So, in NBA news, of course, unvaccinated players and staff must take weekly COVID-19 tests. And I thought that was interesting because the NBA is still on top of the COVID because COVID has not gone away. But I think that's interesting that they're saying, okay, if you want to be vaccinated, and I read Kyrie, that you're going to have to take tests every week, which means you're going to have to watch what you go. Once again, which means Kyrie, how many games are you now going to make because of the decisions you're going to make as far as the people that you're going to be around? Because if you're not a believer in COVID-19 testing, or if you're not a believer in the virus or getting anything like that, then what that means you're going to be around people who are unvaccinated people. And then they're going to be around people who are unvaccinated. So what that tells me right off the bat is that how many games you're actually going to make because you're going to be tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. And then how many people then on top of that how will that benefit or how will that affect your team because you are unvaccinated and you're around other people who are unvaccinated and don't believe in COVID. So, what is that going to mean? What happens if you infect your team? What happens if you infect the staff? What happens if you infect those people? What does that mean, Kyrie? I think that's interesting how that's working. So, speaking of that, hello, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What you doing, bro?
Oh, man, just checking out the damage. My dog just destroyed plants that I put in the backyard.
Oh, already, huh?
Yeah, it took her all of about 25 minutes.
Which one did it?
Oh, 3 guesses.
Oh, the baby.
The one who has not yet earned her stripes.
The problem child is what you're saying. But anyway, I just went into detail, Drew. I was just going over the NBA news, how the NBA is going to make all unvaccinated NBA players and staff take weekly COVID-19 tests. And I was just discussing how that's going to affect the Nets because of Kyrie.
Yeah.
Because he's not vaccinated, he's not going to be around people who are vaccinated, and which means the chances of him catching the COVID-19 are pretty high. And how does that affect his team?
Anyway, with or without it, honestly, but that's a whole other subject.
Well, no, Drew. I understand that, but if you have the test, the chance, or if you get the vaccine, the chances of you catching it are less than someone who doesn't. Okay, that's my point.
You're saying if you have to test every time, even if you may not know you have it, but they're going to find out if you have it, you're going to get spit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, because you can have it because I've had my shots. I've had both my shots and all my stuff, but I still have caught it because I'm at a bar around most people, so that happens. So, yeah. So you know what I'm saying, Drew? That's all I was saying.
Definitely. It's going to be a problem. I think he's going to have put something put in his contract where he has to play a certain amount of games or something like that, where he gets any sort of bonus or something like that.
Yes, I agree 100% with that. So, hey, Tommy, are you on there? Can I hear you?
Man, I am so sorry when my boss calls, I got to take it.
We all understand it, don't we, Drew?
That. My boss is my wife.
Yeah. Well, he's been married a lot.
I've got one of those, I've got 3 or 4 bosses. But I apologize.
Hey, no problem, dude.
How are you guys doing today?
Hey, doing good, man. I've had issues all day today, man. I get here, I went off and I left my power cord to the mixer. I'm at Ned's Starlight Lounge. Have you been to Ned's? I know you have, Drew. Have you been, Tommy?
Place. Yeah.
Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm at there live and went off and left my power cord. Had to drive all the way back home to get that and back. And then it's just been one headache after another. And then you're calling and Drew just got on. And so it's just been one of those days, bro. Just been one of those days.
Well, let me. If I apologize for being late, but I want to say something to you while on your show. We always kid. We've known each other a long time, and I know my dad came to OU in 1980, and he didn't. I don't believe had the opportunity, Matt, to recruit you.
No, he did not.
But I can tell you that and we're certainly proud of what you did at Oklahoma State and all that. But I always kidded you, but I really kind of meant it. You'd have been a hell of a player for Billy Tubbs.
Help me, Drew.
You were a hell of a player for Paul Hansen, and rest in peace, Coach Hansen. But man, we had loved you in Crimson and Cream.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other night. Me and William, and Anthony Bowie was there, by the way. Ryan Humphrey was there at the Wayman Tisdale deal. So we were all laughing about that, and they were telling me, what a mistake I made. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I busted y'all's butt when I was there, so I'm good. Hey, I handled my business.
I'm pretty, let me tell you a quick story, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I believe it was in the 1983-84 season that you guys
82-83
won the Big Eight.
82-83.
If you remember, that was the year that my dad got hit by the car.
Yes, I do.
And we, at that point in time, we still didn't. I mean, because that went on for about 3 months. But the only place that we could find to get relief for my dad was in a neighbor's hot tub. And his Big Eight tournament was going on in March, and we watched, I believe, did you guys play Missouri in the championship game?
Yeah, we played Missouri in the championship game. Because remember, you guys lost to Kansas. Remember, you guys got upset by Kansas.
Because Bo Overton had twisted his ankle, I think, at Sig House.
Hey, Drew, did he just throw Bo Overton under the bus? Did he just do that?
Yeah. Drew Bo was over at Sig House in Norman and twisted his ankle playing in pickup basketball during the Big Eight tournament. How about that?
Who does that? Drew is offline.
My dad watched that Big Eight tournament championship game sitting in a neighbor's hot tub because we didn't know at the time he had a fractured pelvis.
Oh, God.
From getting hit by the car, and the water and the buoyancy made him feel better. So the neighbor set up a TV out by the hot tub so we could watch you guys win the Big Eight championship.
Oh man, yeah, what a great game that was. I had a horrible game, but we had a great game overall. So I can't complain.
But no, you were a hell of a player, and back in those days, and ball has changed so much.
Yeah, it has. Yeah,
but teams, even though the fans and everybody really hated each other, I always felt like the players had great respect for each other.
Oh,
we always had, we were friends. Bill Self was on your team, David Taylor.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you go right down the list.
Yeah, well, see, this is the deal.
You got to throw in Chucky Barnett.
This is the deal, Tommy. I had fun. I mean, Chucky and I were friends. I mean, we'd go out and party and have fun. And so the only people I did not like was Steve Stepanovich. He's the only person I did not like because he took me out my sophomore year. He was a dirty, dirty, dirty guy and ruined my chance. I should have been the player of the year in the Big Eight conference. And he sidelined me with a dirty play. So he's the only person that I did not like as far as players. Everybody else, if I may not necessarily liked you, but I respected you. Him, I had no respect or no like for either one. So, but I loved I loved the rivalry between us and them. And it's so funny is that your dad, that game that we played in Stillwater, where David Little hit the second the jump shot at the buzzer to lose by one. I had 101 temperature. I wasn't supposed to play in that game. I did not tell our coach. Made the trainer not tell our coach. I played terrible. I was awful. And the whole team knew I was sick except your dad. And I shot this air ball, and your dad was laughing. And I never forget this. Chuck and went over and looked at him and said something to him. And he looked at me, and when I was over taking the ball out of bounds, he goes, "What in the blah, blah, blah are you doing? Life is more important than basketball. Are you out of your blah, blah mind? You need to take care of yourself. What do you think you're doing?" Oh, he was not happy with me at all. And then I went in the hospital for 2 days because I ended up with 105 temperature. Almost died just to play basketball. But your dad was not – he was not happy with me at all. But we were good friends from that point on. I never did really like him too much before that because of, just the things he would say. But after that, for anybody to beat, he was not woo, he gave me a lashing, which if I'd have played for y'all, I probably got one of those on a daily basis. If I'd have went to
Well,
Norman.
he only did that if he cared about you.
Oh, yeah, there's
And,
no
you know,
question.
you've heard those little sayings, if a coach is hollering at you, it means they care about
Oh,
you.
yeah.
And when they're not hollering at you, that's when you worry.
Yeah, he still gave me a hard
And,
time.
you know,
Uh-huh.
I think about, Matt, I think about those days in old Gallagher Hall. And, you know, with 6,300 people in that place, and that game that you just mentioned in particular, you couldn't hear yourself think.
No. That game, you know,
it was really, really neat.
Well, I love playing there. I loved everything about Gallagher Iba and had a great time playing there. And you know, I like playing in Lloyd Noble just because it was against you guys, and now I have a lot of friends who were there cheering against me, and so it's funny.
One thing that my dad, when he came in '80, and I really believe this, if he'd have been here a year earlier, because didn't you and Leroy, did you graduate from high school in 79, 78?
Yeah. I was the high school player there in '78,
graduate?
and Leroy graduated in '79, and then Bill was
one thing that my dad really believed was in Oklahoma high school basketball.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how hard OU recruited you, and I don't know how hard OU recruited Leroy, but I can promise you, Billy Tubbs had been there. You've been recruited really hard.
Well, I was going to be honest with you. I was going to OU the whole time. The whole time, and I got OSU convinced me in the 11th hour to go to Oklahoma State. So that's to be honest. I was going to be a Sooner the whole way. I bled red. My family bled red. And didn't know anything else but OU football, and that was it. Dave Bliss had pretty much convinced me, had been recruiting me since I was 15. And, so it was I was pretty much going there all the way. And then to last second, Les Furtick and John Underwood changed the course of my life. So that's basically how it happened. But your dad and I, after that encounter, had the utmost respect for him, and I would see him out and about, and we'd laugh and have drinks. And you know, I've sent you pictures of he and I together, and just joking around. He, said the same thing to Switcher said. You'd have made a hell of a Sooner. You should have came to man. Get off that, bro. I made a hell of a Cowboy. I was okay.
Yeah, you did. You had a hell of a run, and you know, you and I have talked about this recently. You know, when our programs are down, it's not a lot of fun. I mean, I like seeing when Oklahoma State and Oklahoma are challenging for now the Big 12, and now that's going to be, you know, disrupted. But back in those Big 8 days, it was a lot more fun when OU and OSU were challenging for the conference than the other schools, and a lot more interest. And I think you've probably been talking about it today, but, you know, when the Thunder came to town, you know, it was another interest, and that's really been a great thing for the state of Oklahoma. It may not have been a great thing for college basketball, but, you know, hey, if we're talking basketball at this time of the year in Oklahoma, Matt, that's something.
I agree 100%.
Because football season in Stillwater starts tomorrow. And we're talking basketball 24 hours before that game.
Well, you know what? So this is my thing, the way I look at it. The reason why I like football is because that means basketball is around the corner. That's why I like football.
That's right.
That's why I always like football. I was saying that earlier on the show. I mean, I love the fact football's here. That means basketball's right around the corner. You know, the Thunder is, 6 weeks away? Well, not even. 6 weeks away. And then what is OU starts, what is August, October 1st is when real practice starts, isn't it? I think it's still October 1st.
Yeah, I want to say they start this Saturday at 2:30.
Oh,
so
no.
It's here. And I mentioned to you, I wanted to, you know, Matt, do you know that I've got a nephew, Hale Cabanis, that plays football at Oklahoma State?
Made a great catch, as you and I talked about.
Yeah, and he'll be number 83 this year. He changed his number this year from 37 to 83.
17 or something. What was he last year?
He was 37 last year.
37.
And his late father, Carl Cabanis, that played at OU, passed away in 2018. That was the number he wore. So Cale has switched over to his number to honor him, and man, just couldn't be more proud of him. He was all academic Big 12 last year, and just a great kid that's having a great experience at Oklahoma State.
Well, dude, Oklahoma State is a great place. It truly is. It's a fantastic place to go to school, to get an education, to participate in sports, just like the University of Oklahoma. I mean, I almost went there. So, but I'm with you. I want both teams to win. I'm an OU fan until they play Oklahoma State. Period. I want them to win every game until they play us. That's the way I'll always be. That's the way I've always been. I don't hate them. You know, I do want us to win, and I want them to win. So, but that's just me. I only want them to lose when they play us, but I always want them to win because it makes our state look good. Because as small as Oklahoma is, to have two universities that compete on the level that we compete on nationally is a huge testament to our coaches, to our fans, and to the institutions that we all represent. That's just my feeling on it, though.
That's right.
You know, so
yeah, and high schools here in the state.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of Oklahoma kids on those teams.
Yeah, what's so funny is that Gary Vick, most people don't even know who he is. I mean, he is the one and only coach that pretty much every great high school basketball player has played for at one time or another. And he gets no love from the Sports Hall of Fame people and stuff like that. It's just, you people are supposed to know who's who or who. Y'all don't know anything. It's just sad to me that a lot of these people get overlooked. But speaking of being overlooked, your daughter, Hannah, and Adam finally got off the stick. It took him, almost 2 years to finally realize he had a great woman on his hands and ask her to marry him. What was you doing, Adam Kim? What took you so long?
Well, you were very kind. Adam was kind enough. They got engaged this past weekend, and Adam was kind enough to invite Ann and I to go along with them to Colorado Springs this past weekend, and his parents were there. It was really neat. And
well, she obviously knew what was happening.
Tough,
did she know what was coming?
I really don't think so. We had another event that was actually scheduled, and it was a really neat. One of his aunts is really involved in an autism school in Colorado Springs, and they had a tournament. Matt, it was at the Air Force Academy. So I got to play the Air Force Academy in a driving rain on Saturday. And we played all 18 holes. It was a beautiful course. And so that was kind of, Hannah didn't really question why we were going because it was planned. But, he proposed on Thursday night, and she accepted, and we had a great weekend.
Dude, I saw the deal, and that's why I said I saw it on social media what he had did, and I'm like, what's about me? The view at the mountains and stuff behind him. Wow, he did.
Yeah, good. It was on the back of Pikes Peak. Really neat. So,
yeah, it was really nice. And plus, don't you love the Springs? Is there any more beautiful place than Colorado Springs? Man, I love the Springs, bro.
Well, it was great. It was like 37 degrees there on Sunday morning, and it was pretty chilly. But that was a beautiful place, and we had a great time. And so Adam, it's kind of I needed a guy in the family. I'm surrounded by women.
Yes, you are, brother.
With my two daughters and wives, and so I look forward to having a son-in-law, and he loves golf, and so I think it'll be a good deal.
He was saying that how Hannah was kicking his butt in golf. At least that's what she was saying. I don't know if she was really kicking his butt. That's what she was saying, and he was kind of going along with it. She had a couple of holes.
He hits it. He's like you. He hits it a long way.
Now we got a guy. We played the Wayman Tisdale deal, and we had a guy. He was hitting it 3. I hit it around 250, 270, 270 on an average around 260 probably off the drive, somewhere around 260, 270 on average. But he was hitting 300-yard drives, and I was like, oh my God! But I hit everything left. My first four shots went left. I was like, what is the deal? How am I 80 yards right in the front of the green. I mean, right in the middle of the fairway. Green is the flag is right in the middle of the green, and I hit it in the bunker on the left, pin high. Unbelievable, bro. I mean, it's just like
Well,
every
hey,
shot I hit, I'm
man,
pin high, but to the
that's
left.
golf. I want to know. I want to know if you were at the Tisdale event Monday, how William and Weldon Tisdale played.
Well, William
Did
played
they
with
win it?
us. William played. No, we did. We were only 8 under. We were 8 under. And to tell you what's bad is I had four.
Did you
Four
play with
points.
William
Yeah,
or Weldon?
William and I played together. It was me
Good.
and William and his partner Greg. I don't know if you met his partner Greg.
Right.
His partner Greg. We were together, and then of course Greg's son is one of the top. He finished 24th in the junior world championship thing, and I was like, "Well, what was the difference between 24th and 10?" He two strokes. Isn't that crazy? Finished
Wow.
24th.
That is. Yeah,
I mean, I said that's golf though, but it was a great time. William didn't hit a lot. His knee was kind of hurting him, and he hadn't practiced and played a whole lot, so he didn't hit every single time. But you know, in a scramble, if you got one nice drive, nobody else hits, you just move on. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're 300 right in the middle of the fairway, why is anybody else hitting? You know what I'm saying? Unless you got somebody who can hit farther. So.
Well, and you know, Matt, what you played in is such a great cause. You know, Wayman and Regina's dream of what that foundation was like, or what it does for kids. You know, when Wayman became an amputee, he realized and saw how expensive a prosthetic was.
Yep.
And wanted to give back and do stuff for kids, and that's what the foundation is all about. And the letters that come into the foundation that go to Regina for kids asking for scholarships or for money for their prosthetics is very touching, and it's a great cause. But you know, I think Wayman would look down and be very proud at the foundation and what it's doing.
Yeah, well, they have expanded now more towards adults. And because I asked Regina, I said, "Y'all," she goes, "Yeah, we do a little stuff with kids." She goes, "But it's hard for us some kids because they grow, so the prosthetics that fit them don't work. So they're trying to
change.
Yeah, they change so fast." She goes, "They're so expensive. So now they hand out the scholarships and try to get what insurance doesn't cover for kids, but mainly for adults and giving away to adults." And but anyway, man, what a great! She's awesome. But dude, everybody, I was asking where you were at, and of course. Ryan Humphrey was there, and I don't know how well Ryan played. And then, of course, the Peters brothers were there, Terry and Tony. You know those guys, don't you?
Great guys. Yes.
Yeah. I said, I think they.
But no, we were driving home from Colorado Springs Monday, and otherwise I would have been there.
Yeah, I was planning on doing the show there because everybody was there. R.W. Quarters was there. Like I said, Tommy Harris was there. Weldon there, William. Anthony Bowie, Ryan Humphreys, Spud Webb was there, Melvin Gilliam was there. Man, it was tons and tons of OU and OSU guys, but it was loaded with OU. But Wayman, what an outstanding person he was, as you well know. And Regina, she was great. And that was my first time actually meeting Regina. And because before I just had relations with Wayman or with William, and last year when I went to the thing. I got there right for the golf tournament, so I played and left. And then the year before I got there, so I never really had a chance to be there the night before. And we stayed at the Hard Rock and all that. So it was a good time to get to see everybody and have a good time. Now, do you remember Marcus Peel, or are you too young? You're probably too young.
Did you say Peel?
Yeah, Marcus Peel. He was the first great Booker T. Washington. What are they? The Hornets? What are they?
Graduate. Yeah, the Hornets.
The Hornets.
Booker T. Washington Hornets.
So that was it. But yeah, we were laughing and joking about Marcus and I talking about because he went to UT and we were talking about if I had went to OU, what that would have been like. And I was like, well, I actually don't know if I'd have played with Wayman unless I got hurt because I was a fifth-year senior his freshman year.
Yep.
Yeah, you know that? Did you know that?
I did, because the game that you mentioned earlier, the David Little game, was Wayman's freshman year.
Right, and I would have been gone, so I would not have played with him.
And that, it was. If you remember that day, that building shook.
Yo.
And And to see Wayman in that setting as a true freshman was pretty amazing too.
Yeah.
He had kind of a rough start to that game, and David Little had a good game. But you mentioned, I want to pick this up. You mentioned Regina. She is, Matt. She is such a strong woman.
Yes, she is.
Can you imagine to be young in your life, you lose your husband that is a superstar in two sports,
yes,
in basketball and the music world.
Yeah.
And you're raising 4 kids, and those kids are great. Danielle, Tiffany, Gabby, and Bubba.
Yep.
And, to continue on and to continue that foundation on is really, really amazing. She is one strong woman.
Yes, she is. And boy, she was on us. She was. We had this thing. I don't know if you saw my Facebook. We had a little video that we were talking about toilet paper over or under. And they were like, yeah, they go into people's houses.
Over, of course.
Yeah, but of course you're a Sooner. Of course you're going to say over.
Yeah.
But we were laughing.
You got to get it over the crossbar.
Well, yeah, this over the crossbar. I love it. Yeah. Anyway, they were on there like, yeah, we'll walk into somebody's house and we go to the bathroom. If it's under, we'll flip the toilet. We'll flip it over to over. And I'm like, you can't go into people's house and change the toilet paper roll. What are y'all talking about? They're like, oh yeah, you have to do that. I said, oh man. But anyway, it was fun, man. But I appreciate you. I know you probably got to go, and I appreciate you coming on.
Well,
but yeah, man, I tell you what, your dad.
I appreciate you too, Matt.
I loved your dad, bro. He, like I said, we had a rocky start, but after he yelled at me, oh man, Tommy, I can't tell you how mad he was at me. Like, you idiot! Your life is not worth a basketball game. What are you doing? Oh, he was not happy with me. You know how he tends to use certain languages.
Oh yeah, he's strong.
Yeah,
he's strong. And you know what, Matt? I miss him too. And he fought to the very end, just like that.
Yes,
he was full court pressing all the way to the end. But I know all those guys. We both lost teammates over the years, and I know they're up in heaven having a great time. He and Wayman, I'm sure. Wayman's leading the band. You know that.
And they're laughing at us like, look at those two. What are they doing?
But I apologize for being late today, and I would love to do your show anytime.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to have William on talking about the foundations once they get their final numbers. Like I said, it was a little down because of the PGA just being there, 2 months ago? Did you get a chance to go to the PGA? Did you get a chance to go?
I did not. No, heck no. I don't like crowds anymore.
Oh, God. So you're okay with the NBA doing the COVID thing with the testing then, so you're fine with that. Are you not?
I don't. It's just a different world. Wouldn't you agree?
It's totally different. Totally different. Like today, when I go out, days, I like to sit on a patio, smoke my cigars. I don't like to be in crowds with a bunch of people I don't know. I just don't like enclosed spaces like that. I like being outside and I can smoke my cigars. I ain't got nobody breathing down. You know what I'm saying? Breathing over me, touching me, bumping into me, stepping on. I don't have time for all that nonsense. So I prefer it just like it is. But I'm with you, my friend. I'm with you. But I appreciate you being on. And, don't worry about it. At least we got on. It's been one of those days today. It's been that week for me, getting sick and not being able to get everybody on, because I'd like to have RW and Bowie and the Peters boys and have everybody on, and I would have liked to have had them on, but it is what it is. So I just want this week.
And I'm sorry we didn't even let Drew talk.
Drew had to leave. He has an invoice that he had to do. So once you and I start talking, he's like, I'll get back on.
Well, hey, you need to get Anthony Bowie. He is also, he's a guy that is not talked about enough.
Yep.
A guy that Tulsa East Central and Seminole Junior College, stayed here in the state, and was played in the NBA for quite a while, and just a great guy. He was a great teammate.
Yep.
And still a great friend today. Now you and I love golf. That guy really loves golf.
Oh yeah, he was there. He had his bucket hat on, and he was having a good time. He was running his mouth. Yeah, but we were all struggling. We may or may not have had a few cocktails on Sunday night at the Hard Rock. We kind of sat around and we reminisced a little bit. Ryan Humphrey was the only Goodwin, he left early, but of course, he had to leave. They had practice yesterday, I guess, or Monday, that he had to be there. So for OU because he's assistant coach there. So, but it was a good time, man. Good time had by all, and I just appreciate my OU brethren. And you know what's so funny is the athletes don't hate each other like you said. It's the fans that don't like each other.
That's right.
The athletes don't. We don't.
That's right.
We competed on the field or on the court, but that's it. Other than that, it's like, hey, I respect who you are. I respect the player that you are, but I don't hate you. I want to kick your butt, but
That's
I don't
right.
hate you. I don't get how these fans are, man. It makes no sense. So and plus,
well, let me know when I can be on again, and I really appreciate you having me.
I appreciate you, brother. And tell Hannah congratulations and Adam, or I guess I can just text and tell them too. So hey, tell the missus I said hello as well.
I will, Matt.
Right,
appreciate you having me on. Have a great day.
You too. That was my guy Tommy Tubbs, and I appreciate him coming on the air today and join us here at Ned's. And what a great place this is, and we've had a good time today here at Ned's Starlight Lounge. And if you don't know where we're located, they're located at 7301 North May. You can phone call at 405-242-6200 or 6100. That is 6100. And of course, they're open Tuesday and Wednesday till 11 to noon or 11 to 12, and then Thursday and Friday they're open 11 to 2, and then on Saturdays 10:30 to 2 a.m. Sundays 10:30 to 3. And if you've never had their brunch, you are missing out. And then not to mention what I really like is Wings Wednesday, and then of course tomorrow, brother, fried chicken, liver, and gizzards every Thursday. So is that you, Drew?
That is me.
What's up, my brother?
How we doing? I figured I'd just let you guys talk. It seemed like you needed to catch up.
Yeah, we did. We had a good time, and we're gonna sit over here and we're gonna talk about you today, brother, because you're Drew Henthorne, Husker Drew Picks. Here it is.
Yeah, 3-2 last night.
That's
trying to make
bad.
a little comeback. I'm still limping after the weekend.
Well, football is starting tomorrow, so you got to give us the line tomorrow for the Cowboys. And
yeah, Okie State right now. I can tell you what it is right now. Hold on a second. Yesterday they were 21. I think that's about. I tell you more and more I think about the game. I like Oklahoma State laying 21 points. Central Michigan's not going to sneak up on them this year.
No, like you said the other day, they will.
They're going to get their full attention.
I agree 100%. 100%. Okay, so
Let's see here.
You have the.
I'm looking here. So you got a lot of games tomorrow night, so we'll have a good show. I can catch it on my way up to Steelville tomorrow. But Oklahoma State right now 21.5 and over under 59.
Oh God, yeah, we talked about that. That under for 59 might be a good deal because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see Central Michigan scoring 20 points. And if you're saying that, then you're saying Oklahoma State score. Let's say Oklahoma State hangs 45 on them. Even at 45-14, there's your over at 45-14. So
I don't
know. It'll be right on it. Vegas doesn't throw those numbers out there just so you can make money.
No, they don't. So,
but I mean, I can see Oklahoma. It just depends. What's Oklahoma State going to try to do? Are they going to try to run it up? Are they going to try to run it up and score as many points as possible? Or are they going to get comfortable and let some of the younger guys play and not get any?
They're going to do what Gundy does. He lets the younger players play. He always does that.
So that being said, I could see a 38-10.
Yep.
A 38-13.
Well, I agree with you. I think it's going to be an under. I think that's what we said the other day. I see the under all day long.
You got Purdue and Penn State tomorrow night. That'll be a hell of a game.
Yeah, it will.
Penn State is a home dog. I mean, Purdue's a home dog with the returning quarterback, returning offensive line, returning wide receivers. That 3.5 to me, boy, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Home opener, that's on Fox, 7 o'clock.
And then once again, a Big Ten teams opening up against each other the first game.
Yeah, division rivals.
Crazy. I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. you got Tennessee tomorrow night laying 35 against Ball State. Watch out for Tennessee this year. They're a sleeper in the SEC. Heupel's got them boys playing.
Yeah, he does.
They're fun to watch. I wish we could get somebody like that at Lincoln. I mean, because my team is not fun to watch. And then you got the backyard brawl tomorrow night on ESPN, Pitt and West Virginia.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to let it go. Now, speaking of picks, what about your Giants, man? Plus 120. That's your first deal on the line. What's up with that?
They're 0-0 right now in the fourth inning.
And then your White Sox minus 183.
Yeah, I like the White Sox today. That they were a pick a buddy of mine sent, and I did a little research on it. Seems like it's going to be a pretty good pick. We'll find out.
And your Braves, dude, minus 322. Why do you even have that? Why do you even have that on there?
Can you believe that they lost to the freaking Rockies last night after the Dodgers beat the Mets?
We talked about that. You thought it was going to be. You thought the Dodgers were going to do what they did, and you thought the Braves would beat.
That's an opportunity right there to take it down to 2 games. That would hurt. That's one that'll come back to haunt them. You can't get beat by the Rockies when you got your and they had their ace on the mound.
But you know what?
They give up an infield single that scores a run, and then they just couldn't hit the ball last night. I think a lot had to do. They rained before the game. The ball wasn't carrying out. They hit probably 7 balls to the warning track, and just wasn't their night. And that's what happens in baseball sometimes.
That's sports. That's sports. Sometimes it's just your night. The Dodgers.
I just don't know that they're going to be able to catch the Mets. I mean, it's going to be tough. It may come down to that last series, but with Acuna sitting out and Alvey sitting out and Duvall gone for the year, I mean, they're struggling right now. They're beat up, and it's amazing that they have the record they do.
Well, it's still early. You still got, 20-something, 28, 27, 29 games, whatever it is, left, so they should be fine.
The Astros and the Rangers over today, and it's 5-3 in the fourth inning.
Yeah, what about your Dodgers? Excuse me, your Dodgers. My Dodgers.
Your Dodgers, yeah. I like them again tonight.
129.
I like them again tonight. They're throwing – DeGrom's throwing for the Mets, though, so it's kind of crazy. The Dodgers are plus money. And I don't know. I think that they're overvaluing DeGrom right now. He's only started 3 times back from an injury. So, and 2 of them were against the Braves. So he's wanted one, and now he's going to face a Dodgers lineup that's not going to give him any slack.
No, they're not. They're not.
We're going to see what happens there.
Well, they'll probably have his full attention, so we know they'll at least have that. So he'll probably be
a little side action there, over 6.5. I think that gets reached.
Well, how about the Phillies minus 139? I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, the Phillies are still in the hunt. I mean, yesterday I called though with the Diamondbacks. They've been playing pretty well, but that guy for the Phillies yesterday, I don't know why he gets so much credit, but the Braves strap him every time they play him. Aaron Nola.
Nola, yeah.
Well, you would think, listen to the sports commentators, he's a Cy Young candidate. He gets strapped every time I watch him play. So, anyway, they're throwing Bailey Falter today, and, I mean, I don't know. They got to win. The Phillies, they're 7 games back of the Braves, and they're in the 3rd wild card spot. They do not want to be in the 3rd wild card spot. So,
No, they don't. So
I'm ready to start. I'm ready to have football on and get to the Major League Baseball playoffs, because then when it gets fun.
Yeah, that's true.
These last games are so hard. These games in these divisions where you've got teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Cardinals, that have these big leads on some of the other teams in their division. You just don't know what you're going to get out of them every night. And then, like last night, the announcers for the Braves were saying, this is the Rockies' playoffs right now. This is it. They're on a countdown to Cancun. Right? I mean,
true.
They are. They're about to go fishing. They got 25 games left, and they're going to start. These guys that are up for contract extensions or guys they're bringing up from AAA, they're getting after it. So those teams that are under 500 are dangerous in the last 3 weeks of the season. So that's something to watch out for if you're playing the numbers on that. money lines, it's tough to bet. It's tough to bet run lines on these games because you just don't know what you're going to get.
No, you're
so
really
I'm ready for the playoffs to start and football to get in full swing, NFL to come on, and go from there.
Well, I know you are, and I am too, man. I'm ready for it to get going and be ready. So I'm excited.
It's a great night of football tomorrow night. Like I said again, you get Tennessee, Ball State tomorrow night. That's the early game, and then you go straight into the backyard brawl, and then you go to FS1. You got Okie State, and then Purdue, and then you got the late game, and then another Big Ten team in the late game. And I tell you what, New Mexico State, I bet they get throttled tomorrow night.
What time?
Minnesota.
That reminds me. What time are you going to Stilly?
Man, it's looking like we're all going to go, like the whole family ding dong. We're all going to get up there.
I know.
We're going to take the girly girls and let them dress up, and I think we're going to try to head out of here about 3 o'clock.
Well, they'll be dressed in some good colors compared to that crap they had on last Saturday.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good red, though. It's a good color red. I mean, it's that scarlet red. It's not that maroon.
Here we go. Here we go. We got to get through it. Hey, one thing, we're going to do this, then we're going to bounce out of here because I got to go do the training.
Thanks for telling me you were going to Ned's today. I could have met you over there for lunch.
Dude, it's you know the schedule.
I know.
I say it every other Thursday.
Today. That's on me. I actually had planned on coming to meet you, and I was actually supposed to go out to Kingfisher, and then didn't make it out there, and then back to the house, and then I got on the phone, and one thing leads to another. You know how that goes.
Yeah, because, I mean, every other next Wednesday we'll be at Rococo's, and then the following Wednesday be at Ned's, and tomorrow we're supposed to be up at your home spot tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
At the bank.
How you going to do that?
What do you mean?
Randy's he's leaving at 2:30.
What difference does that make?
Well, we wanted to have him on.
He's not going to go. He's not coming on. What are you talking about?
I mean, a little guest spot. Come down and pull a Jim Traver and sit down.
Drew, Randy was not going to come on the air. And
yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Yeah, I might be able to if I can come on right at 2.
We may just.
I could do that. I could come on right at 2, and then I could jump out of there and just go straight to the daycare and pick the girls up. That might work.
You know what? I will just do it next Thursday because it'll just be easier instead of just trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so too.
That's too much work.
What time are you planning on going to Stillwater?
Well, I don't get done with the 6-year-olds until 5. So that was gonna be there later.
You just gotta make sure you got a full tank of gas and a road pop.
Yeah, I already know what I'm already got. I'm gonna have my Funyuns and my Fuji water and maybe something else with it.
You're eating Funyuns. You gotta have a Mountain Dew with Funyuns. I mean, that's
bro.
Like I can't believe they don't sell those in a package deal.
No, bro. No. I have something else.
Hey, I was going to tell you this. You know what I had the other night at Flips? Is that I don't know if you've ever had them before. Have you ever had those freaking fried pepperonis?
Yes. The fried pepperoni. Have you never had the fried pepperoni pizza?
Where have I been? Those things are like crack.
Dude, their pizzas.
Like burritos.
The fried pepperoni pizza? Are you serious?
No, just the pepperoni.
Yes, I know. You can do that too, but they have fried pepper because we're at Ned's. This used to be Nomad's. And they had a fried pepperoni pizza that was off the chart. And I always get my pepperoni pizza. I get fried pepperoni pizza. And
I tell you what, man, they're a lot like some pork rinds damn near.
Yeah, it's good. They're good. Flips is
I
just
like
good.
me some pork rinds.
Flips is just good. I told Shannon we need to come here and do the show sometime. He just laughed.
Why not?
He goes, yeah, no.
You don't want us to?
Well, there's nowhere to really sit and do it, to be honest with you, Drew.
Oh, we can get that round table there.
Yeah, but you don't really have a view of the restaurant. It's not really, when you're going to do it in a restaurant like it. Here, you got a great view of the restaurant.
Well, where you could set up, Matt, is we could set up there on that, those little two tops that are right there by the window where you kind of have to step up and have the brass railing. Where the main seats are.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I don't know. It would be something we really have to look at because the only place that you really could do it, to be honest, would be in that corner right by the fireplace, right under the TV, facing backwards.
Yeah, that would work.
But that would be the only. I don't know if we could really do it. That one table that's right there. That'd be the only way to really, really, truly do it. So.
Right.
But anyway,
Well, I think about that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're thinking about doing a tour of the restaurants of Oklahoma City. That would be the deal. But we can't go to the ranch. You can't go to Michael's Grill. You can't go to La Baguette. You can't go to oh God, my God, Raymond's favorite place for pork chops. What the hell is the name of the Italian place downtown, right there on Walker?
Italian place downtown.
Yeah, it's right there off Walker. Oh man, what is the name
You'll
of the
have to
place? It's
school
so
me
good.
on that because I'm not familiar with a lot of these restaurants. Obviously,
It's so good. It's Running Radio's favorite places, but you always go there and get their Italian. Always got their stuff and some sort of dish. And Randy's like, "Oh, you got to get the smothered pork chops." Oh my God, Drew! Woo! Something P. Anyway, who cares? It's too late. But anyway, brother.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Jeez, what's the name of that place? I can't believe he's not chiming in. Vanderbilt must not be on right
now. No. Don't get him excited, man. Don't get. See, you're gonna see.
Commodore, what's your favorite? What's the favorite restaurant?
What is it? Man, I can't. I know the name of the place, and I just can't. That's just sad. I can't think of it. It's right. What is the name of that place, man? It starts with a P. Palermo or
Palermo's would make sense.
Italian food, Oklahoma City. It's called. It's named everything. It's got Flips, Bellini's, Stella's, Patrono.
Patrono's. All right.
Now Stella's is where we need to go, man. I love me some Stella's. Oh my God, I love that place.
I've been to Stella's. Where's that at?
It's right there on Walker, right across from the hotel, right there on 12th and Walker.
Okay.
Right there, dude. You've never been there? Patrono's. No. There he goes. There's the Commodore. We just started nickname Commodore Wright. What's up?
He's a commandant.
Oh my God!
Commandant, not the door. I think.
Oh my gosh, commandant.
All the Commodores are the dorks.
What was our boy's commandant Clink? What was his name? Was that Clink? Hocus Heroes. All right, brother. Well, hey, I'll holler at you, manana.
Yeah, give me a shout, because I think we may try to swing the sticks Friday morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get the young buck out there and take the frustrations out on him.
Oh, we're gonna go to anywhere but freaking.
No, I think we're looking at Country Golf Club of Edmond, maybe.
I don't know what that is.
I'll send you the address.
All right, yeah, do that to me.
They say it's in pretty good shape out here, but it's just a public track. So.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna play public, I'm gonna go play a good one. I'm gonna play Lincoln or.
I try it. I mean, you got to be a week in advance at Lincoln West, man. They're booked out.
Well, we can
anything
go,
in the morning, anything before 11 a.m. You have to be on. Like, if we want to play it like next Wednesday, dude, then I would have to get on there today.
Well, that's because you have the same guys that play the same tee time every day. Every time.
Right.
How about John Conrad? Either John Conrad, since it's brand new, we need to go play there. I haven't played there yet. We talked about that.
I could do that. I had a few time out there a couple weeks ago. We didn't go. I could do that. Let me know what you think about Wednesday.
All right. I will do that.
Not Wednesday. I mean Friday.
All right. Just do that, brother.
All right,
my friend. That was my guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Came on and gave us his stuff a little late, so I want to thank Tommy Tubbs. Appreciate you, my brother. And congratulations to Hannah, his daughter, and Adam. And I'm glad that you finally have a male in the house to help you out. Hopefully you had some male dogs at least. Anyways, I digress. But anyway, thank everybody for watching. Sorry putting up with this show today. It's been one of those weeks. Hopefully it's going to get better, and it will. So join us tomorrow for Thunder Thursdays. Once again, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Thank you for joining the Unpopular Hour here at Ned's Starlight Lounge on Main.